You're standing in front of the mirror, flexing and seeing those hard-earned muscles you've acquired over months or even years of serious training. But there's still that layer of fat covering your abs, disguising the definition you know is there. You want to remove that weight, but you've heard the horror tales: lose fat, lose muscle. It's the constant fight of every fitness fanatic. But what if I told you there's a way to have your cake and eat it too? Well, maybe not literally. We are trying to shed weight after all. I've been there. We've all been there. The contradicting counsel, the perplexity, the dread of losing your successes. After years of trial and error, many hours of study, and working with hundreds of customers, I've solved the secret on how to burn fat while maintaining and sometimes even growing muscle mass. The secret? High-frequency, full-body exercises specifically intended to keep your metabolism blazing on all cylinders while keeping your hard-earned muscle. Let me be clear right off the beginning, this isn't some miraculous regimen guaranteeing overnight results. It's a science-backed strategy that, when done properly, can help you acquire that sought lean and mean physique without turning into a deflated imitation of your previous self. We're talking about training smarter, not simply harder. The core of this method is simple. By exercising your complete body more often throughout the week, you create a perfect storm for fat reduction while delivering continual signals to your body to retain muscle mass. It's like telling your body, hey, we need these muscles, so don't even think about breaking them down for energy. Now, before we dig deep into the nitty-gritty specifics, let's address the elephant in the room: recovery. I know what you're thinking: training my whole body multiple times per week? Won't that be too much? The answer lies in regulating volume and intensity. We're not going to demolish each muscle group every session. Instead, we'll utilize a planned strategy that allows for proper rest while keeping the metabolic fires going. Let's speak about the science for a second. When you work out with greater frequency, you enhance your muscle protein synthesis, or MPS, more regularly during the week. This is significant since MPS is the mechanism that repairs and grows muscle tissue. By activating it more often, you're effectively urging your body to hang on to muscular mass even when in a calorie deficit. Additionally, full-body exercises tend to burn more calories than split programs, simply because you're activating more muscle groups in each session. But here's where it gets very intriguing. High-frequency exercise also has a good influence on your hormonal environment. Regular, full-body exercise sessions may help optimize testosterone and growth hormone levels, both of which are vital for preserving muscle mass and decreasing weight. It's like having your body's own natural steroid production working in your advantage. I recall when I initially moved to high-frequency training. I was suspicious, to say the least. Years of bodybuilding publications had persuaded me that hitting each muscle group once a week was the only way to proceed. But after only a few weeks of exercising my complete body 3 to 4 times a week, I observed something remarkable. Not only was I growing slimmer, but my muscles appeared fuller, more thick. The scale weight was going down, but my strength was maintaining consistent in certain exercises. It was even improving. This isn't just my experience, however. I've seen it work time and time again with customers of various ages and fitness levels. Take Mike, for instance. He was a 42-year-old father of 2 who came to me upset with his lack of development. He had been following a standard body part split for years, but couldn't manage to shed the dad bod without his arms shrinking to twigs. After moving to a high-frequency method, he reduced 25 pounds in 16 weeks, while keeping practically all his muscular mass. His wife actually inquired if he had begun taking medication since he appeared more muscular while weighing less. Now, let's dive into the real training technique. The secret to making high-frequency, full-body exercises successful for fat reduction while keeping muscle lies in the setup. You'll want to work out 3 to 4 times a week, with at least 1 day of recovery between sessions. Each workout will target all main muscle groups, but will change the exercises, rep ranges, and intensity to minimize overtraining and promote optimum recovery. Here's where many people go wrong. They strive to ruin themselves in every exercise, believing more is better. But when you're exercising the same muscles numerous times each week, you need to be wiser about volume and intensity. Some sessions will be heavier, concentrating on complex exercises in the 6 to 8 rep range. Others will be more metabolic, utilizing modest weights for 10 to 15 repetitions. And others will concentrate on methods like supersets and duration under strain to optimize fat burning while yet giving enough stimulation to preserve muscle. Let's break down what an average week may look like. Monday can be your heavier day, concentrating on complex workouts like squats, bench presses, rows, and overhead presses. You'll complete 3 to 4 sets every exercise in the 6 to 8 rep range, with appropriate rest between sets to maintain performance. Wednesday might be your moderate day, with slightly higher repetitions of 10 to 12 and adding methods like supersets to enhance calorie burn. Friday can be your metabolic day, when you'll employ strategies like drop sets, time under strain, and shorter rest periods to really rev up the fat-burning furnace. The beauty of this technique is its versatility. As you develop and your body adjusts, you may change factors like volume, intensity, and exercise choices to keep the benefits flowing. And unlike typical body part splits, if you skip a session, it's not the end of the world. You're still working each muscle group numerous times each week. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: nutrition. While the exercise strategy I've detailed is effective, it won't mean much if your nutrition isn't on target. To reduce fat while keeping muscle, you need to be in a calorie deficit, but not so severe that your body begins breaking down muscle for energy. A decent rule of thumb is to aim for a shortfall of around 20 to 25% below maintenance calories. Protein becomes even more vital when you're attempting to decrease weight while preserving muscle. Aim for around 1 gram per pound of body weight daily. This may seem like a lot, but it's vital to give your muscles with the building blocks they need to recover and maintain their size and strength. Carbohydrates shouldn't be fully removed. They're crucial for feeding your exercises and aiding recuperation. Focus on obtaining them from high-quality sources like fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and schedule them around your exercises when feasible. Don't forget about good fats either. They serve a critical function in hormone synthesis, which is necessary for maintaining muscle mass. Include sources like avocados, almonds, olive oil, and fatty seafood in your diet. Just be aware of amounts, as fats are calorie-dense. Supplementation may also play a supportive part in your fat reduction while retaining muscle journey. While not required, some supplements may aid. Whey protein might make meeting your protein targets simpler. Creatine monohydrate has been demonstrated to assist preserve strength and muscle mass throughout cutting periods. And caffeine may give an energy boost for your exercises while also possibly increasing fat burning. Recovery becomes even more crucial when training with increasing frequency. Make sure you're getting appropriate sleep. Aim for 7 to 9 hours every night. Consider including healing methods like foam rolling, stretching, or even yoga on your rest days. These may assist lessen muscular discomfort and increase your performance in following sessions. One factor that frequently gets forgotten is the mental game. Losing fat while attempting to preserve muscle may be a long process, and it's easy to feel frustrated if you're not seeing results as soon as you'd want. Remember, the size doesn't convey the complete picture. Take progress photographs, assess your body fat percentage if feasible, and pay attention to how your clothing fit. Sometimes the scale may not change much, but you'll see your body composition improve. It's also crucial to be patient and consistent. Results don't happen immediately, but they will come if you stay to the strategy. Think of it as a marathon, not a sprint. Small, consistent acts done over time lead to substantial consequences. Let me share another customer success story. Sarah was a competitive powerlifter who wanted to lower a weight class for an upcoming competition, but was frightened about losing strength. We employed a high-frequency method, tailoring her training to maintain intensity while progressively lowering volume. Over 12 weeks, she shed 15 pounds while retaining 95% of her strength. She ended up taking first in her new weight class, illustrating that you can actually grow thinner without compromising performance. Now, let's speak about some frequent blunders individuals make while attempting to decrease fat while preserving muscle. The first is lowering calories too dramatically. While it would seem intuitive that a higher calorie deficit would lead to quicker fat reduction, it frequently backfires. When you decrease calories too low, your body goes into survival mode, slowing down your metabolism and burning down muscle tissue for energy. Remember, a slight deficit is crucial. Another problem is disregarding progressive overload. Just because you're in a calorie deficit doesn't imply you should stop attempting to grow stronger. While you may not be establishing PRs every session, you should still attempt to maintain or even slightly improve your weights when feasible. This sends a significant signal to your body that it needs to keep onto muscular mass. Many folks also make the error of doing too much exercise. While some cardiovascular activity may be useful for fat reduction and general health, too much can interfere with recovery and even lead to muscle loss. If you do add cardio, choose for high-intensity interval training or HIIT or low-intensity steady state or LISS on non-training days. Moderate-intensity exercise for lengthy periods might be especially challenging when attempting to maintain muscle in a calorie deficit. Let's also highlight the necessity of correct workout execution. When exercising with increasing frequency, it becomes even more vital to employ correct form to minimize injury and ensure you're hitting the appropriate muscle groups efficiently. Don't allow your form decrease as tiredness sets in. It's better to accomplish fewer repetitions with excellent form than more reps with sloppy technique. One frequently ignored part of good fat reduction while keeping muscle is stress management. High stress levels may lead to high cortisol, which can encourage muscle breakdown and fat accumulation, precisely what we're wanting to avoid. Make sure to add stress-reducing activities into your schedule, whether that's meditation, wandering in nature, or indulging in hobbies you like. As you proceed on your adventure, you'll need to make modifications. The body is very adaptable, and what works initially may not be as effective in a few weeks or months. This is when tracking becomes crucial. Keep a careful diary of your workouts, noting weights, repetitions, and how you feel. Track your food consumption, body measurements, and progress images. This data will help you make educated choices about when and how to alter your program. Sometimes you may need to take a diet break. After many weeks in a calorie deficit, your metabolism might start to slow down, and progress may stagnate. Taking a week or two to eat at maintenance calories will help reset your metabolism and give a mental vacation. When you return to your deficit, you'll typically discover that fat loss restarts at a quicker pace. Let's discuss about the effect of stress hormones in fat reduction and muscle preservation. Cortisol, frequently stigmatized as the stress hormone, really plays a critical function in fat metabolism. However, persistently increased cortisol levels may contribute to muscle breakdown and fat deposition, especially around the midsection. This is why regulating your whole stress load, including training stress, is vital for best outcomes. One method I've found successful is to integrate deload weeks every 6 to 8 weeks. During these weeks, you'll lessen the volume and/or intensity of your exercises while keeping the frequency. This provides your body a chance to properly recuperate and may potentially contribute to increased performance when you return to regular exercise. The timing of your exercises might also play a factor in your outcomes. Some individuals feel they do better training first thing in the morning, while others prefer late exercises. While the changes may be slight, picking a time when you feel most energized will help you get the most out of your training sessions. If feasible, aim to remain consistent with your exercise scheduling, as this might assist improve your body's hormonal reaction to training. Another element to consider is your training environment. Whether you work out in a commercial gym, a rigorous training facility, or at your home gym, make sure it's conducive to efficient exercises. Having the correct equipment accessible and a supportive environment may make a major difference in your training quality and consistency. For individuals who appreciate monitoring statistics, try incorporating performance indicators beyond simply weight and body measurements. Tracking your volume load might offer you a fair idea of whether you're maintaining your muscle mass. If you can maintain or even improve your volume load while dropping body weight, it's a strong indicator that you're keeping muscle tissue. As you grow leaner, you may need to make alterations to your workout strategy. Very low body fat levels might impair recovery and performance, therefore you might need to cut volume while maintaining intensity. This is where autoregulation becomes crucial, learning to listen to your body and alter your workout appropriately. Don't forget about the necessity of good before and post-workout nutrition. While the anabolic window may not be as vital as formerly assumed, ensuring you have appropriate nutrients available to fuel your workouts and assist recovery is still important. This becomes much more crucial when you're in a calorie deficit. Hydration is another frequently ignored element. Proper hydration is vital for maximum performance and recovery. When you're dehydrated, your strength and endurance might deteriorate, and your body may not be able to adequately mobilize and burn fat. Aim to drink enough water so your urine is light yellow throughout the day. As you proceed in your fat reduction quest while preserving muscle, you could find that some portions of your body lean out quicker than others. This is perfectly natural and mostly dictated by heredity. Unfortunately, you can't pinpoint decreased fat, but by continuing with your full body, high-frequency method, you'll soon notice improvements everywhere. Let me give one more success story. Tom was a natural bodybuilder who had always battled with keeping muscle throughout contest prep. By employing a high-frequency technique and properly regulating his calorie deficit, he was able to become stage-ready while actually growing a little bit of muscle in his upper body, as validated by DEXA scans. His condition was the finest of his competitive career, and he ended up winning his class. Remember, The route to decreasing fat while preserving muscle is not always linear. There will be ups and downs, periods when development appears to stagnate, and moments of uncertainty. This is when having a good strategy and trusting the process becomes vital. Keep recording your progress, keep consistent with your workout and eating, and the results will follow. As you attain your objectives, you may question what's next. Some individuals prefer to strive for even lower body fat levels, while others switch to a muscle-building phase. The nice thing about the high-frequency, full-body method is that it can be modified to any purpose. By modifying factors like volume, intensity, and calorie intake, you may employ this training technique for nearly any fitness aim. If you do decide to shift to a muscle-building phase, don't make the mistake of substantially upping your calories overnight. Just as we employed a moderate calorie deficit for fat reduction, use a moderate calorie surplus for muscle building. This will limit fat accumulation while increasing muscle building. In conclusion, decreasing fat and preserving muscle mass is completely doable with the appropriate strategy. High-frequency, full-body exercise, along with correct nutrition and recuperation, creates the optimal environment for your body to lose fat while hanging on to vital muscle tissue. Remember, it's not about discovering some secret exercise or miraculous pill, it's about regularly following established concepts over time. The trip won't always be simple, but the outcomes are worth it. Not only the physical benefits, but the mental toughness and discipline you'll learn along the road. So take what you've learned here, apply it regularly, and watch as your body changes, displaying the lean, strong figure you've always desired. Stay patient, trust the process, and keep moving ahead. Your future leaner, stronger self will thank you for it. Now go out there and make it happen. Looking for high-quality supplements backed by Dr. Andrew Huberman himself? Check out the links in the description below and subscribe and hit the bell icon if you've learned anything new or anything of value.